All right, next one is a big one. Rocha, John Rocha for the Exchange, and Liz Shannon Miller for the Usual Suspects. Molly?
I've been rooting for Liz Shannon Miller ever since I first saw her play, so I'm sticking with it. I'm sorry, Rocha. Nothing against you or Fenstock.
He'll appear in the chat. You can only say it twice.
I'll make sure I tweet it to him tomorrow.
You're right. He knows that I love him, and he knows that I have so much respect for him. But I'm just so excited for Liz. I want to see her play some more. I want to see where she goes.
We are his favorite after show. He said it himself.
That's true. He did say that.
Maybe not after I keep picking against him.
Jill?
Yeah, I'm gonna just call Mr. the John Rocha. I love and respect you and everything that you've done for this league, but this is Liz's year, man. She's gonna be one to watch this season. When we've seen her be freaking amazing last season, and she's only gonna get better this season. So I've got Liz on this one.
Brian?
I am going to go with excuse me.
God, are you okay?
You don't have to do it like that.
I'm kidding. I'm going with
oh my God. So
while you stuff your mouth with a cheesesteak. Don't even give me that. If you had dipping sauce, you would be going like this with it and just like I'm going with Mr. John Rocha on this one.
I do think I agree with Joe. I think that this is Liz's year, but Rocha's on my fantasy team, but I need those points. Need those points.
Who are you playing?
Do you though? Wait,
I don't know who has Liz. Does Jill have Liz?
I
have Liz.
I need to share.
Let's go, Jake.
It's a Jill versus me matchup. I'm going Rocha. It really isn't because of just the fantasy aspect. Although I really do think that Liz could end up being in some kind of singles title fight at some point this year. I do think Rocha himself will start out the year with a W. I feel like this might be old school Rocha a little bit. He might have something to prove. There's a little bit of, and I'll say it, a little bit of chip on his shoulder because of last year when happened at the end of the year. So I'm excited to see what happens.
It's definitely possible. I could see it happening.
Yeah.
All right, final match of the night is Mr. Ben Bateman and Mark Reilly, former faction mates, former teammates on the FinSock Exchange. And who's the boss? Molly, who taking Ben Bateman or Mark Reilly?
One's on my faction, one's on my fantasy team.
The struggle.
My fantasy team is already in the toilet other than myself. Although I've already had one loss this year, so yeah, I'm going Bateman.
Jill?
I am also going Bateman.
Brian?
I am going Bateman, although our fantasy needs Reilly bad, because that will be another win for Frank if he wins.
Does Frankie have Bateman?
Yes.
Jesus!
What the Frank?
What the Frank?
What the Frank?
He's probably going to show up in the chat in like 5 seconds too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm going Bateman as well. I know a lot of people are saying that this is going to be like a wreck, like Bateman's going to crush him, but I think that Reilly, I do think that Reilly will take him till the end. I do.
Yeah.
And I hope that happens as well.
Me too.
But I do think that very similar to Rocha, I think what happened with Bateman last year, I think we might see the best of Ben Bateman this year, which is going to be, I mean, he was scary before, but I think he might even be scarier this year. So I think he starts out the year with a W. I also think he needs to. I think he really, really needs to. There's not a lot of players that you can say with that, but I really do think you need to. Thank you, King. Thank you.
Beat me to it. I always throw a jab in there, but this time, knowing someone else would.
No, you just had your mouth full with cheesesteak and you didn't have time.
I was literally thinking, I swear to God. I was literally going, man, he better hope there's no Lucas Black questions in there. But I was like, nope, I'm going to be nice today. I'm not going to throw a jab, but someone made me chill it.